Good morning. My name is Treasure. So we have our persona who is a donor, and her name is Jane. She's at a networking event, which is a meet and greet, and she finds potential grantees. But then she does not have time to review the documents, and obviously, no one carries documents to a meet and greet session. So she shares her contact for that of the she picks and then shares her contact to them, thinking they are potential. After and so they reach out to her, and since she's a okay. So the challenge is prolonged search for donors on the side of the CSOs, and then on the side of the donors, it is a prolonged search for the donor-worthy grantees. And so, do I repeat everything? Okay. So the donor is called Jane Katie. She has a foundation and she's looking for donor-worthy grantees. And so she goes for a meet and greet event where she finds some people that could be credible. And out of the many, she picks just 2 out of what they've told her after the pitching. She shares her contact so that they can reach out after the event. And finally, they reach out, and she's not comfortable with emails and calls and everything. And therefore, she sets up physical meetup at a 5-star hotel. And of course, she funds it. They come along with their documents to the hotel and meet her. And then she goes ahead to review the documents, only to find out that there is a lot of manipulation to meet her requirements. They've changed their record of their financial records and everything to meet her requirements because they feel like she has a lot of money and they should tap into that donation. And so because of that, she's very frustrated. She has lost her resources, which is time to meet these people, and also money at a 5-star hotel, because you don't just go there with small money. And so she's very frustrated. She has not gained anything out of it. She has wasted time, she has wasted her money, and it has yielded her nothing. That's it.
Let's get to the next point. I hope that a lot of the journey maps are all reading quite chronologically, but they're also enlightening you on the different other stakeholders that you encountered and your different personas continually encounter, but then also the various environments within which a lot of these. Next exercise is really for us to begin to identify points of intervention. So in these journeys, you need to then begin to at what point your solutions can then begin to create a difference. So that's going to take 10 minutes, because I imagine all the journeys have now been documented. So let's take 10 minutes just identifying where your solution can where there's opportunity for intervention. So let's from her example, she gave an example of what was her name? Yeah, Jen. Jen is looking for potential people to fund. She has, I don't know, there's a meet and greet, and then she has organized a lunch. So what could happen is if in their group they notice that, we can intervene at the point of the lunch. Yeah. So they write down, we're intervening at the point of the lunch, and put it at that point. Or they can say, we can intervene at the point of searching. They also put a sticky at that point. We can intervene at the point where, what was the last step? Yes, we can intervene at the point of manipulation. They also write that and then put a sticky. So it's just that it's just for you to understand that during this journey, there's so many opportunities for us to intervene, but we need to we need to appreciate those opportunities and just highlight them. Is that clear? Yeah. think we've all been able to identify points of intervention. I will ask, who was it in shared? Okay,
Hello everyone. So in our case, we have so many users. So we grouped them according to age, and so starting with our girl who is 14 to 18 years and still in school, we are calling her Katutu. She meets the boyfriend and they plan to do the deed on Thursday, and the boyfriend gives her 10,000 to go and buy. Our challenge is access to youth-friendly or age-appropriate sexual reproductive health and rights information stroke services. And our during is the girl decides to go to the clinic, but then while she's at the clinic, the harsh nurse asks her, why are you looking for a pill at a young age? Then she's frustrated, so she goes to another person to ask. She decides to ask the mother, and the mother slaps her like, why are you sexually active? You are an ill-mannered child. And then she goes to a friend who tells her, you can do the things while standing, you will not get pregnant, or you can shake after doing the deed and you will not get pregnant. Then our after she chooses her peers' advice because it was the easiest she could do. So after doing the things while standing, a month later she realizes she's missed her period, pregnant, she has dropped out of school, the BF has run away, and then chased out of home. Here we can intervene on the spot of during, where she's looking for who to ask for the right information so that she can make the right choice. And also we can intervene at after, where she has either made a mistake, and what we are doing is kubumba is what? Counseling. And P2 is a boy who is also same age, 14 to 18, also in school. We are calling the boy Kamada, who meets a big bummed brown woman, and they decide to meet at Nsangayo Lodge. When they are there, Kamada realizes he did not come with a condom and he has no time to do the check. So the big bummed woman says we should do the things because using a condom, things are not nice. So after 2 weeks, Kamada realizes he has a UTI, his boy is itchy, and probably the hospital says his boy is going to be cut off. So we can intervene here, where our intended platform informs Kamada on the importance of using protection. Okay. We can intervene here and after as well. On P3, this one is a man outside school working. He has multiple girlfriends, but also has a poor mindset on family planning. He's also shy to discuss safe sex options to avoid unwanted babies. On the spot for during, he decided to continue doing the deed without using family planning. Then on the after, all the girlfriends stroke wives are pregnant. He's very frustrated on how he will afford to take care of all those families. Here, we can only intervene on the before, because the rest depends on whether he has accepted our advice. Then on P4, we have a CSO that has a lot of work, but their target group is adolescent health, or their target thematic area. They are looking for young people to create youth-friendly content by young people for young people. But then they realize most of the content creators are not organized or have no mileage for the work they have done before. And for us, we intervene on the first stage and the second stage, showing them what we can do as young people. There and there.
I believe we all have points of intervention, and it's now clear what the journey map could be used for. The next exercise is 10 minutes. And in these 10 minutes, we now can then begin to create our how might we statements. Because we have points of intervention, what we're asking is how we might intervene, basically. The use of the how might we is that it's what's going to prompt us to ideate. So in this case, it's really trying to understand how we might intervene, which translates into us generating ideas. So if we just go back to the how might we slide. Yes. So if you remember this example, the how might we statement has a subject, an action, and an outcome. Let's go back to this example. In this case, they when they discovered an opportunity in the journey map, the way they translated that opportunity into a how might we statement was, how might we encourage the public to embrace migrant workers' needs in Singapore during and after the pandemic. So at that point where you have identified an opportunity, you're really asking yourself, how might we intervene? But in the way that you're phrasing it it needs to have an action. So in this case, we're talking about their action is to encourage the public. Their subject is the public. And then, of course, their outcome is to embrace migrant workers' needs in Singapore during and after the pandemic. Another example is, how might we revise manpower policy, manpower policy and economic strategies in response to the current situation for migrant workers in Singapore. The action is revising. The subject of the matter is manpower policy and economic strategies, and the outcome is would be in response to the current situation for migrant workers in Singapore. Is that a little clear? Yes? Maybe this group can give us an example of how they might have understood what I've said, since they're the ones that. So let's say, okay,
On our during, we realize we can intervene on during, so it would be creating youth-friendly content that enables Katutu to know how to use the morning after pill.
How might we create youth-friendly content? So, for example, the action could be create the subject. So, like you've said, the action, for example, could be creation. The subject could be youth-friendly content, and the outcome would be to enable Katutu to what?
To enable Katutu learn how to use the morning after pill.
So, is that clear for everyone? Yeah. Okay. We have 10 minutes for this exercise. On the stickies that you have, we can get you a few more stickies, but the idea is you need to write the action, the subject, and outcome, and then you write that full how might we statement. Is that clear? Okay.